The Sunday games are almost done. We're going to take a quick early look at the Week 17 waiver wire. We're going to strategize for those championship games. We're also going to strategize for those Week 18 championship games as well, because some of you guys are just in different scenarios. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're going heavy on the waiver wire all week long. Since it's Christmas time, we're going to have matchups spread out throughout the week. We're going to cover those matchups throughout the week as well to help you set your lineups. Click that subscribe button. Stop missing out. We're going to cover our first player, and he got targeted pretty good in his first game back, and that's Hollywood Brown. 8 targets, 5 balls caught, 45 yards. Whenever a wide receiver who's been sitting on waivers is getting that many targets, you got to take a look at him. If I have a Week 17 championship game, I don't want him to be used against me, and if I got a roster spot open, I might just hoard him just so that can't happen, because that's a lot of work for a wide receiver coming off the waiver wire, for a wide receiver in his first game back. He's got a good rapport with Patrick Mahomes. We saw that in training camp. We went over the training camp clips all throughout the offseason. He's got the speed. He's got the nuance in the route running. He's built in the system here because he's been practicing with the Chiefs all throughout the offseason. So it's not like he just got traded to the team or anything. He's back from injury. He's good to go. We got the Steelers on the road and Denver on the road. 2 bad matchups, but it is Hollywood Brown. There's some upside here, and they're slinging the rock a little bit. And you do not want him used against you. And you may need him. You may need him. And he's getting volume here in the offense. He got you 9.5 last week, which isn't great. It's not great, but it's still good enough to get the job done in your first game back. 8 targets here and is what we're looking at. That's a lot of volume for a wide receiver. Usually 5 or more and you're pricking your ears up. He's got 8 targets in this matchup here against the Houston Texans. Pittsburgh on the road, Denver on the road. You may want to pick him up as a defensive piece, especially if you have a Week 18 championship game. Then there's 2 games he can't be used against you as well. Dalton Schultz got 8 targets. And the thing about this, Tank Dell's done. Tank Dell's done. Targets got to go somewhere. We got Baltimore Week 17. There's going to be a lot of volume in that matchup. So if you're hurting at tight end or if you're streaming tight end, Dalton Schultz becomes a big-time streamer now because he's going to get more volume. That does not mean he's going to hit. He misses a lot of weeks. You got the Titans in Week 18. However, if you're in a deeper league, you're stretching out at tight end, this might be a guy to look at. The volume might be there for you because CJ Stroud has to be creative with the football. He has to get creative with the rock. He's got to spread it around. Dalton Schultz is probably going to step into more opportunities here. Over the middle, red zone opportunities. That is something to look at going forward. Same with Robert Woods. 6 targets against the Chiefs. You got Baltimore coming up. That Ravens game could be fire. There could be a lot of volume in that matchup. Robert Woods getting some ancillary targets there when Nico Collins is covered up top. Robert Woods is going to be a sneaky play here in Week 17. He might set your house on fire, heat your home, but Robert Woods could be a sneaky play if you're in a deeper league. However, I'm rolling with the guys that got me there. Robert Woods is a stretch play in most leagues, most 12-man leagues, especially the top 2 teams in a league. However, I'm hurting at wide receiver. I lost Tank Dell or something like that. I don't have anything to gamble with off the waiver wire. However, Robert Woods in Week 17 could be an enticing option for you if this game script breaks. Kenneth Gainwell. We're looking at Saquon Barkley. If I have Saquon Barkley, I should already have Kenneth Gainwell. We're watching the reports on his workload going into Week 17. If Saquon's workload gets reduced at all, Kenneth Gainwell is going to get some extra opportunities. The Eagles get a good push up front. It's against the Cowboys. You may want to have him rostered. If you got a Week 18 championship game, I still want him as a handcuff. I still want him with Saquon Barkley. If I have Saquon Barkley, I want Kenneth Gainwell. If you're good at running back and you got a Week 17 championship game, then you may be looking at more defensive players against the other team's lineup, and you may not be going with Kenneth Gainwell. It's all about strategy as you're going in, but this is another option to think about. Audric, Estime, and throwing Javonte Williams, but he's probably rostered. Audric, Estime, though, 9 carries and a touchdown. We got the Bengals on the road. Jaleel McLaughlin was out. Looks like he's getting some workload and some opportunity. If you're looking for a running back that could volume into production, it could be Audric Estime. That could happen. That could luck for you if you're hurting that bad at running back. Hopefully you're good to go and you don't have to make a move like this. Or maybe you need to make the defensive move so they don't pick him up and use him against you if they're hurting that bad at running back. but that's something to pay attention to. Zaccheaus had a big game this week. 2 touchdowns, 7 targets. Noah Brown's out. We got Atlanta. We got a revenge game coming up. If you're looking for a sneaky play off the waiver wire, this could be it. Jaden Daniels has been running hot. He's spreading the ball around. And a revenge game. A good narrative for you. The volume's there. And he's been getting work throughout preseason, early in the season, training camp. He's been a guy for the Washington Commanders that has been getting some opportunity here and there. Not much, but now we're starting to get an opportunity to do something on the field. The odds of replicating these results of 22.3 PPR fantasy points, not so great, but you do have that revenge game to hang your hat on. Kayshon Boutte got his touchdown. We're still playing right now. 5 targets, but look at the workload here. Since week 10, 6 targets, 6 targets, 4 targets, 6 targets, 5 targets, 5. And that's an elite work rate. So if you're hurting at wide receiver and you need targets, you can chase those with Kayshon Boutte. Tyjae Spears scored 2 touchdowns today. Tony Pollard's been banged up. They've been sharing the workload. Tyjae Spears could be that gamble for you. Running backs do well against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans will be on the road. That being said, he could be the gamble running back for Week 17 that can get you over the hump. Back-to-back 20-plus PPR fantasy performances. We might make it to 3. It's hard to do that as a 1B backup running back, but Tyjae Spears has the gusto to do that for you in fantasy football. Chig Okonkwo went off. Back-to-back game with an elite target share. They're using him in the passing game. You got Jacksonville coming up. Interesting matchup. If I'm stretched out at tight end and I'm streaming at tight end, I'm looking at him pretty hard. Tight ends are up and down. The Titans are up and down, so it is still a gamble. Patrick Taylor, not looking good right now, but the game script has the Niners trailing, so it's not like they're going to lean on him in the run. However, if you need a touch merchant, a guy that's just getting touches, 10-plus a game, we're already at 6 opportunities right now in the middle of the game, so we're going to be pushing 10-plus opportunities in this matchup. If you need something like that going forward, you got a rough matchup against Detroit, but maybe if Rondo's still out, you're still looking at that. Kendre Miller has yet to play, but he's very explosive. Even if he plays bad and you're looking for another running back, this could be a guy for you to pick up. He's a guy that if he has Green in front of him, he can house it, eat up chunks of yards. This is the type of running back you're looking at. They're using him in the passing game. That being said, Kendre Miller could give you some upside. And on top of that, if you got a Week 18 championship game, look at your handcuffs. If I got Kyron Williams, I'm getting Blake Corum. If I got Devin Achane, I'm looking at Jalen Wright. If I got Bijan, I'm looking at Tyler Algier. If I got one of the Bucs RBs, I'm looking at Sean Tucker. And so on and so on. I'm looking at those handcuff running backs just in case. So I'm not caught with my pants down going into Week 18. And there's going to be more news on the waiver wire as we get deeper into the week. It's going to be a weird week due to it being Christmas week, things being spread out with matchups. So the news isn't going to be 100% dependable as usual, but we're going to keep looking at the waiver wire like we always do, going deep on it, going position by position by position. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.